Yeah, this deck's a bit of a shocker. Because it's running Shocker, and it actually had good data on Untapped. Post-infinite data at that. It had a 0.33 cube rate, which is pretty dang solid for post-infinite decks. And I almost don't believe it, because this is running the legit no ability cards with Patriot, right? It's not high Evo, it's just running legit Shocker, Cyclops, Misty Knight, and Abomination. Getting those Patriot buffs. Of course, Ultron's really the prize here too, with Patriot dumping that crazy surprise power. You've also got Blue Marvel and Kazar in here to buff the Ultron bodies. Those squirrels, also buffed by Patriot, Kazar, and Blue Marvel. And, theoretically, this comes together into a deck that can win some games. But, I actually legit did not believe that this was a capable deck, that win rate is real. I think there has to almost be something going on with the sampling. Maybe really low MMR players on a budget come in and are still able to win with this deck, but it's post-infinite data, guys. So, that's not with bots in the mix. Bots are out of the mix post-infinite theory. So, I don't know, man. I just had to test it out. So, I embarked on a 10-game run with this crazy budget shocker of a deck to see if it could actually win some games. And what a 10-game run it was. Let's see. Does this actually live up to the hype or not? Can you really win games with this deck? Well, we're all about to find out. Hey guys, real quick before we get into the games, I thought I'd do a little sponsored segment sponsoring myself, because this is the game I've been making, Project Sky Shard, and I thought I would just show you what it's about in 1 minute or less by literally just showing you what a new run looks like. This is a city building auto battler where you're going to buy different buildings from shops and then add them to your island and then fight other people with those items. So this is a cool stone Gorgon statue. We can zoom in and take a look at her. She's cool. She has a stunning damage effect. We can also go back and buy another weapon over here. Maybe we'll take this cannon now. As you can see, this is not final artwork. We still have some temporary assets in here. Final, not final artwork. You get the idea. But in essence here, we've got a couple nice items. Now we can go fight against an opponent and see if we win. I'm not so sure. It's going to be close. They've got this bamboo forest. It's a nice defensive item. I think we're going to be okay, though, right? I think we're going to be okay. Does this survive long enough? Oh, I think we're going to lose, actually. Oh, no. It's going to be really close. It's Stone Gorgon versus Stone Gorgon. Oh, no. Who's going to win? We did. We hold it with 40 health. Let's go. And yeah, that's the game. You just keep buying more stuff. You keep building out an island. Here's our awesome unstable Tesla coil, another great weapon. Here is a cool little mechanic shop. And here's a little corrupt shaman's hut. And as your island grows, all these have awesome effects. They can synergize with one another, particularly adjacent units. Can be a really powerful sort of thing to play off of. And before you know it, you have a 16-round run you're trying to survive, and you're trying to take the crown by beating up lots of other people. We'll do one more quick fight, then I promise we'll get back into the Marvel Snap action. We're going to dominate this one. We're going to win this one by 1,000,000. Let's go. Sorry, BRCN, but we are the champion this time around. That's Project Sky Shard, guys. You can check it out on Steam right now. There's links down in the description or pinned comment below. Not coming to mobile just yet, but we definitely want to bring this to mobile at some stage. So stay tuned for that update somewhere down the line. But for now, totally free to check out our demo. It's the entire game. You can just play it right now on Steam. Just hit those links. Heyo, we got some cards. Shocker is legitimately in hand. That's very exciting. So this deck, dude, I have no idea if this is real or not, right? Like it's got the data is what's crazy. Like there is good data on this deck. I don't really totally understand it. It seems like it can't be real, but it's post-infinite data, which once you're post-infinite, you normally play, well, I think you exclusively play other post-infinite players. There shouldn't be bots in the data, in other words. It's like somehow it kind of seems real. But I played this deck a little at dinner, after dinner. Like, didn't feel like I had the greatest run. Did not feel like I had the greatest run. So I'm like still skeptical. So we're going to find out. We're going to play 10 games and see if this lives up to the data or not. I mean, I will say, you know, even if this is like close to winning sometimes, that's probably a small victory. You know, if we're a few points away from winning a lot of games, like that's a good sign that against, you know, regular competition or whatever, there's sort of a higher chance, you know, if you're a lower tier player or whatever, you know, maybe a better chance. But I don't know that it would necessarily make it a good, like, you know, infinite deck or whatever. Oh, Danger Room. This could be spicy. Scarlet Witch cooking up some spice. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I like that Ultron can really flip right. This Darkhawk is also just enormous still, somehow. This only goes down to 2. I mean, I think you usually play Ultron, but I'm also just wondering, like, do you ever play, you know, Panther Corvus or something? You know, Panther Corvus and Baku is pretty good too. I don't know. Just kidding. Panther sucks. Mega Sentinel is gonna hit Darkhawk specifically. And what are the odds that hit exactly the guy I wanted to play, man? Literally any other card in hand didn't matter either, you know, assuming. So let's see. Sentinel hits here. He goes down to 4. Well, we're losing 7, so we go down to 7. But I mean, Ultron flips that back, right? Maybe it really is still just legit Ultron, man. I don't know. Why not? I think it could be the surprise flip, you know. And mid holds either way, it looks like, so that's fine. Devil Dino, yeah, nice, dude. Nice, yeah, mid, like we said, holds either way thanks to the drones. Is this a bot? I don't think bots run new cards like Sentinel, do they? I don't think they ever have new cards like that. Oh yeah, Devil Dino is just from Triskelion, no, so not a bot. I don't really know what exactly the opponent's deck is. It's an activate deck, I guess. Sentinel, Spider-Ham, and Black Widow are the only real cards we saw. Korg as well, so like a disruption activate deck. But hey, a good first win. Let's go. Let's go, dude. That's a good start, actually. I mean, I guess to be fair, we kind of won with generated cards to some extent, but not really. Only the Darkhawk, he wasn't that great. A-Bomb would have practically been the same, I think. All right, Squirrel Girl and Misty Knight. All right, we have Curve left at least. And we can dump later too, you know, like Onslaught can get in there later if we want. Priority into a Cosmo might be really cool if the opponent tries to go early here. So we could perhaps play a Squirrel Girl just for priority's sake here, just to get ahead, you know, mid and right, even though I'm kind of locking in over there. There's also this. I could just, you know, just not deal with that, you know? That's also kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Might not matter, but might hold priority as well. We'll see. The White Palace opponent's getting an Onslaught, and I am getting an Images of Icon, which could actually be really cool with stuff like Patriot or Blue Marvel or something, right? There's some cool plays. Mindscape as well. All right, all right. We missed this priority flip, sadly, even though we're tied up across the field. This is a pretty good spot for images. Like, these are small cards, and you could put a squirrel in there. Well, I need a big card, though. I'd have to put, like, an A-Bomb first. Yeah. Don't love any plays here. If I put A-Bomb first, images would be post-Mindscape, right? So it wouldn't really help. Blue Marvel's nice. Take a roll on the Scarlet Witch right now. I just literally have nothing good to do is the thing I'm thinking about at the moment, right? It's like I want to play squirrels for the sake of Blue Marvel next turn, but then you're just locked in left. You're just totally locked in, which feels really not good. So I guess you just play squirrels left, even though it's less total power, so you're not locked in anywhere, right? Then you still have plays on 6 post Mindscape, I guess. Vibranium left for the opponent and images. So they're just going full Vibranium there. They're thinking the same thing. Like, I don't got anything to do, man. I got to rip this images. I get it, dude. I get it. They're Airship, by the way. They're cheating energy. I didn't even realize it first. Yeah, I mean, Blue Marvel with this wide of a board has to be the move, right? If they turn this off, we've got a decent Onslaught, although I wouldn't say it's good. Left looks like it's going to be real hard to win. Those Vibranium are honestly already pretty good with Mr. Fantastic. I'm kind of hoping I get like 2 decently sized mid-rangey cards, 2 3s or whatever to play next turn and just slam them mid and right. Because I don't think left's going to be in range. 14 points sounds kind of impossible. Maybe if we got 1 giant dude, but what would it even be? I guess Giganto. It's 11 points, I suppose. That's better. Isan's gonna have a full hand of stuff. Oh, Blade, that sucks! That's stealing my cards! Bro. Leader? Onslaught, the problem is it doesn't flip anywhere, right? It doesn't even really hardly flip right. You know Isan's gonna beat you there. Leader left doesn't really do anything because you're already behind. Yeah, this just loses always, right? Well, you know 100% this loses. Because Isan's just gonna pull any random card from my hand. Like, if they're all... Well, they actually... Are they considered created cards? They're created for them, but not for me. But the point is, anyway, like, this barely flips right. Barely flips mid. It's just too far gone. I can't lose 2 cubes to that, unfortunately. The Image's Vibranium hit here was actually pretty darn strong for them. That extra energy from Airsham goes a long way in this kind of matchup. So 1-1, I guess, right now, right? 1-1, I think, yeah. Is this deck legit, or will it fail to live up to the hype, guys? I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith, to be honest. I really don't have a lot of faith. Oh, I like that we could splash a Mojo World late, though, and the opponent's like, what just happened? Like, we play Cyclops, Khazar, Blue Marvel, Ultron, and they're like, oh, crap. I guess I'd really rather have a Patriot there, you know? Patriot, Khazar, Blue Marvel would be the dream. Pretty disruptible, but, you know, maybe it hits. Onslaught is definitely not going to help. 2 cards there for the opponent already. King, Eitri, and Psylocke. What the heck? 7 cards in deck. Maybe a legit Hammers deck or something? Strange Academy could kind of screw you, right? I think it's legit just Cyclops. Into Khazar, into Blue Marvel, into Ultron. Yeah, it is a Hammers deck. Cool. So Bill's probably going to make it really hard to beat right. Like, we know they already have that hammer. It's really going to be about winning the other 2 locations in that case. Oh, suddenly just got a little more easy. Yeah, hold up. Forgot that could turn into Strange Academy and screw me, by the way, but it's okay now. This might get a little easier now. Suddenly they have to commit numbers, which, you know, with hammers might not be too hard, but it just depends on their curve a little bit. You know, do they need to play 1 or 2 things there right now? If they play all those there now, how do you contest both of these and contest mid, right? We're going to be dumping like 16 power mid on the final turn, unless we get a Patriot, which I will still absolutely play first. We could also try to do Cosmo stuff, but that kind of messes with my Ultron a little bit, right? And I don't have priority, so like I don't think that's the right move. I think we just have to give this up, whatever it is. Clearly they're going for right. They have like an Arnim Zola or something sick in here, dude. I don't know. I'm like starting to wonder. This looks really cool. Oh my god. They don't have an Arnim Zola, right? Don't tell me they have an Arnim Zola, dude. Nothing I can do about it anyway, right? I don't have a choice. Everybody has snapped today, by the way, in every single game, dude. It's crazy. Maybe it's because they think I'm a bot. Oh god, if it hits Panther, we just giga insta lose, right? But wait, do we? Hold up. Oh yeah, because Wong, yeah, we do. We always lose. Just what a crazy deck, by the way, dude. We only had a way to stop a card there. I mean, I could have put in the Cosmo last turn, but I think we still would have lost, weirdly. I don't know if it would have been enough. Maybe with Mojo Worlds we could have won, I guess. I don't know. I think everybody just thinks I'm a bot, man. If only Mojo World were also mid. If only had a Legion. Do they really think I'm a bot with the Regis name, though? I don't know. 1 and 2. Not a good start. I'm losing way too many cubes right now. I'm trying to hit infinite right now. I've not played this month at all. I'm gonna literally have to spend like 5 hours someday just playing and hitting infinite real quick. Because I've just been playing my game. I've logged 94 hours on our demo since September 1st. I don't know how much Snap I've played, but less than 94 hours, I'll tell you that. Luke's Bar were actually fantastic at winning with Ultron. Even Scarlet Witch could steal that late, so that's cool. Shocker is fine. Shocker's a good 2. Better than an Ultron drone, I guess, right? Unless you get Khazar, I suppose. Wow, Blade left. Hitting the Khonshu, okay. It's kind of scary. There are worlds where, like, some, you know, if you fill your hand, sometimes you can keep stuff in bar. Shocker mid, Patriot, well, I don't know. You normally want like a Patriot lane on its own if you can hit like Patriot, Khazar, Blue Marvel, Ultron, but Ultron's kind of bad at contesting Shuri's Lab. That said, it might not need to be good at contesting Shuri's Lab if You know, you just win Luke's bar and like Nidavellir anyway. It won't really matter, right? You could also do a Shuri's Lab and then turn it off before the opponent gets to benefit, you know, like play Cyclops there, play Squirrel Girl there, play A-Bomb there, and then Scarlet Witch it. But I think in case I don't hit Ultron, I'd rather Scarlet Witch left. Although Khonshu does look like it's going to have a play on Luke's bar, doesn't it? Although the opponent has just retreated. Did they discard Khonshu too many times? I didn't notice. I didn't think so, right? It looked like it was at 12, wasn't it? That didn't go off twice or anything, right? I don't know, but we're 2-2. We take it. 2-2. Let's go. They were just scared of the Patriot Luke's bar, probably, but we didn't have the Ultron yet, so it might have been premature. The Mad Titan himself looks like Null, but what do you know? Yeah. Maybe we don't go too hard on Vault since we can get there later, you know? Just like bait them into thinking they have it. I guess one Shocker doesn't hurt too much in that world, though. Just like, you know, it's slightly bigger than a drone, minus a Khazar, I guess. We just know that Ultron's never going to be that location. So currently we have kind of 2 cards for the Ultron location. Shocker would be a 3rd. Yeah, A-Bomb's never getting played with Blue Marvel in hand, right? I mean, maybe not never. That might be premature to say, but very unlikely to be played. Really want to see that Patriot, number 1. Scorn gone, Blades at 5. Scorn's like a really cool card, by the way. I think a really cool design card. Like very powerful, but not like busted. Oh my god. Triple Blue Marvel, or excuse quadruple Blue Marvel there is pretty interesting. But I don't know if I can ever get enough bodies around that, you know? I guess you could do Ultron mid still on 6, like, but you know, on 6, I need to be playing like other stuff. I don't know. Maybe you turn this off for the Blue Marvel later. You don't want to put the squirrels in yet. You want to play the squirrels on 6 in theory. Turn 5 is it really just Blue Marvels, man? I don't even know if that's that good anymore, right? Like, it's the best thing I could do probably, but I just don't feel like it's as powerful. Like, there was an era in Marvel Snap where that was the thing everybody did, and they were like, yes, this is powerful. But now I'm not. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn minute here. But like, does this even make me strong enough though, dude? Like, because this you go like Ultron mid, like, right? Or maybe you go A-Bomb left, actually. Maybe you go A-Bomb Squirrels. It gives them Bar Sinister always, but you're gaining +8 here, +8 here, which is like 17 mid. And then you go another +9 off the Squirrels. You're like 19 mid. It just feels kind of free for Bar Sinister though. Like, is this really the play? It's like the Blue Marvels forced them a little harder here because, you know, each Marvel's 6. Like a MODOK would still beat that. They didn't put a Morbius right though, which is weird. I don't know, actually. This is really debatable. I just because this contests right a little harder, that's what I'm thinking about right here. It just forces their hand a little more right, and it still allows you a lot of the same stuff we just talked about, right? It's like a little worse, of course, because it's not +8, it's only +4, but it also just makes right a thing they have to think about. Probably a fairly trivial thing to think about. What if we turn off all of their on reveals, though? Like, Dracula still goes off, but like, do they just play MODOK here is my question, right? Like, if you just play MODOK right, I don't know. I mean, there's a chance you catch a MODOK, right? I think they're just gonna play MODOK right though and just like farm up Morbius. Do they have swarms in hand is the question, you know? Like, if they have swarms in hand, Morbius gets way too big for us. But there is a chance they don't do that. Does the scoring get so big that this can't beat it? Like, MODOK wins right anyway, so we have to win 2 spots. Yeah, I think this is slightly a higher chance to catch them out, but I don't think it does. I think they just play MODOK right and we lose. There are 2 cards here. If MODOK went mid, we might be okay. Hold up. It's got to be MODOK right, though, right? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Sith? Gambit! Oh, God! Gambit! Oh, God! No, 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 no. I need to keep... There's 12 points. I need to keep all the Marvels. Hit left, I guess. Maybe mid though too. I don't. No, I think. Oh god, this looks so scary. Oh no, Gambit. Wait, why didn't these even reveal? What happened? Wait, what? Why aren't these revealed? They only have 6 points here. What? Wait, what even got hit? Oh, one of these got hit. One of these is missing because I only have 10 points here. Oh, and I only have 4 points here. So I guess Cosmo got hit. This is very confusing. Oh, dude, the Patriot plan. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it would have been any better, but it might have been. I don't know. I mean, I guess the Gambits would have won that always. Anyway, I did win here. I won. I don't know why this says only 6 though. I feel like it should always say 12 unless I'm missing something. I don't know how the Gambits are ever not there. I don't know. That bugged out, dude. Does that make us 2 and 3? God, I forgot. I don't even know. Oh, I don't even know. Okay, Squirrel. I mean, with this hand, actually, Squirrel is pretty playable, yeah. I was gonna make this a 10-game run, but I just don't even know. Maybe I have the data. I don't know. I was playing on my phone. I have a tracker now, so now I don't know if I have any good data. I think we're 2 and 3 though. I think I said we were 2 and 2. I don't know if I fist bumped the opponent or not, but I forgot. Oh, Lasher, I love to see. That's fun. Christmas Lasher, it looks like. Oh, Castle Zemo. We can just maybe avoid that forever. Easy plan. When you see Ultron, you're kind of sad you played Squirrels, I guess. Spider-Ham is very scary, though. Maybe it'll hit this random Rocket Raccoon, though. Yeah, I guess Cyclops is fine. Don't hit anything good, Spider-Ham. Oh, Storm. Okay, again, Ultron can get there and maybe surprise them a little bit, right? Scarlet Witch. We could also just turn it off. Is that funnier or stupider? You know, I do have priority. I don't actually hate Rocket Cosmo. You kind of think they're more of an activate deck than an on-reveal deck, but there's something sort of cool about this too, right? I don't know. Kind of don't hate it. With priority, I like this play. Cosmo, I mean, they got a Storm in the mix. They're doing something that's a little atypical, right? Is it C2 deck? Oh my god, it's just C2. I'm just dumb. I didn't even see that it's just C2. It's literally just C2. It's not activate, you idiot. These happen to be activates, but it's just a C2 deck, bro. I can't stop a C2 deck, can I? I don't have any way to disrupt that. I can go, where does their Cerebro go, by the way? Probably over here, because they think Lasher will carry the power harder, right? Maybe we do something here with Scarlet Witch that throws them off. They do have a Mystique because the Cosmo's gone. I don't know. Maybe the Scarlet Witch gives them a location here that throws them a loop, right? You know, just Monster Island or whatever. Something spooky. White Palace is going to show them my Onslaught, sadly, but not disrupt it anyway. Luke Cage, not actually very relevant. Shadow King, also not very relevant. I don't think Onslaught ever gets you here, right? Assuming they have Cerebro and Mystique, which I think is a fair assumption. We're looking at what? 24 power right and 16 power mid. We don't even beat 16 power mid. We're only going to 13. Left is only going to 7. And right is only going to 19 plus 4. I mean, you do win right. If they don't have Mystique, this is a winnable game. If they have Mystique, you just always lose, right? I think it might be worth it to see if they have a Mystique. Seems like they do. They play. Oh my god, wait a minute. Hold up. Just Cerebro? I don't think. Is that enough? Oh, it is enough. Hold up. No, it's not enough, right? No, it's not enough. Yes! Yes! We had to take a flyer. 4 cubes too. Let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. I was right that Lasher was the spot you would abandon the most. You know, like you just give that up, you know. Woo! I think we're 3 and 3. Okay, I'm starting to buy into the hype, man. Not really, because, you know, 50% sucks, but, you know, taking 4 cubers off Cerebro decks, that's good, fun stuff. hand is kind of wacky. Comertage is just completely, utterly useless for us. A Scarlet Witch would very much help. Or a Cosmo, maybe, I guess. Really limit the opponent. Oh my god, they went full squirrel. Are they gonna have like a Killmonger or something? What the heck, dude? Misty Knight, I mean, we can throw in, I guess. I don't know. Wherever, right? Get ahead of something here, maybe? Marvel Boy gone for them. That's why they wanted all the squirrels. What a great exchange for us. Good God. Now I think, oh! Yes! 4-3, let's go! They should have stuck it out, dude. Although I did have the Giga hand as soon as I found Ultron, right? Like, Patriot, Kazar Blue Marvel would be the ultimate. I know that's the game I would miss Ultron, probably. Would have to be, maybe a Squirrel Girl would bail us out, too, though. That would be kind of a mini Ultron with Comertage. We're 4-3, I think, if I counted right. I don't know if I'll check when I get to the end of the video, maybe. Well, I'll check in editing anyway, not when I get to the end of the recording. Let's go, though. That's a great run right now, dude. I'll take, honestly, 4-6 would be an okay run. I would consider that acceptable for this budget of a deck, right? Like, we're running freaking Shocker, dude. This is, like, literally the worst card. I'm gonna blast you. That's so funny. Like, that's like really boring, funny, lame flavor text, isn't it? I never even really processed reading these before, I don't think. Great Web. It's kind of okay for us if we do like a little stack location, but at the same time, I don't know. I like a little more flexibility. Like Danger Room's actually okay for us because we can just Ultron out of that later, right? And they're suffering the price here. You can see. Give me that. Oh, Galacta. Probably technically not better than Kazar. Oh my God, they got a Shocker and I got a Viv freaking Vision. Let's go, dude. Yes. Just steal their cards. That's how we win games. They are like, why does this guy have a Shocker right now, dude? Sebastian Shaw. Okay, so we've seen Viv, Sebastian. This is like a Wiccan buff deck, maybe? I don't even know what that's about. Do I just pivot into being not a Patriot guy? Maybe if we see an Ultron, we still play a Patriot, I guess. But I really like these Viv buffs right now. It's pretty sweet. We could just play like, you know, an 11, 12 power, 13 power Abomination maybe. And then you Ultron. I mean, am I crazy to think that it might still just be right to just play Ultron Abomination and not maybe go for the Patriot route? Because I just don't have a very good curve for Patriot. Kazar would be like the other option, you know, like so that it supports Ultron a little bit and it's still kind of big, you know? Ultron, I mean, I don't know, dude. Patriot Ultron's so nuts, though. I think you might actually still go Ultron mid, wouldn't you? This basically gives you 16 power left dumped. You're going to end up with, you know, similar numbers right, I guess. A little better thanks to the Patriot buff here. It's hard to pass up the Patriot, but it does kind of show my hand a little harder, too. That's the only thing, right? Like, it does kind of let the opponent know. I really wish I had, like, a Misty Knight or something to go with it. Oh, Iron Man, get destroyed, buddy. Get destroyed, buddy. No. Okay, so that sets us up for a tie left. I don't think they're a Surfer deck, right? Like, surely this holds, because right's going to be crazy strong. Left is actually going to be a tie unless they commit to it. And then mid's going to be crazy strong, right? Oh, it actually is Surfer. Oh, I didn't think it was going to be a Surfer. I thought they had too much other stuff. But we're fine. It doesn't matter. It's all good, yeah. Nice, dude! I mean, I guess the Shaw, like, really points to Surfer, but... Man, Iron Man didn't really, Galacta didn't really, and it seemed like they had a Wiccan package maybe too. So like a lot of stuff going on in that deck. Is that 5-3? Didn't I say we were 4-3 and now we're 5-3? I mean, this game we got kind of bailed out. We've had a few bailouts, right? But that's kind of Marvel Snap, right? That just happens. Sometimes you just bail out. Like, you know, you play to your outs and you get some weird hits and you're like, you know, suddenly 5-3 even with mediocre decks. Now, you know, that's not indicative of the entire experience, but we have data for that. You know, we have the data on Untapped for the wider experience. So I just don't know. Yeah, I don't like committing Squirrel Girl too early because, you know, Ultron's just better. That just occupies space that's worse. Maybe we'll hit that later, but Baxter Building. Yeah, I mean, Kazar Blue Marvel Ultron's not nothing, dude. Hey, what's up, dudes? As I've been given the Howard magnifying glass emote. If I think that you think you know who I am, you know, one of those. KSR Blue Marvel, yeah, it's still fine. I mean, I guess you could go for a squirrel there, but I like, you know, the Ultron would be the dream. Opponent is gonna be really confused. Really confused. Bullseye is definitely scary. Dark Dimension does kind of hide a lot of that though. You could do this, you know, like maybe I just do this, just like really hide it. Yeah, that hides everybody from Bullseye, so that like, especially once you lose priority, which we're almost inevitably going to do, the Bullseye won't have any targets to afflict, you know. Now, of course, these decks can still put out crazy numbers without that. Yeah, they don't necessarily need that to hit crazy numbers, but you know, if you get a Dakin doubled up or whatever, it's the same problem, but maybe we deny them a little bit of upside. Bullseye does still work even if he doesn't have targets, you know, but dude, I really need that Ultron. The rest of this hand totally sucks. It just totally sucks. Ultron's not even that crazy for the record, but without it, I think we're completely cooked, right? I don't think there's any world where like A-bomb squirrels works, does it? Just seems impossible that this would ever work. Certainly Onslaught does like almost nothing. There's like very little buffs happening. This is only getting buffed by 1. This is getting buffed by 2. So that's 10, 14. You got a 3-power squirrel is 17. I mean, there's just no world where I think this works, right? Patriot's not better, is it? Like Patriot right with a squirrel mid or whatever. You could maybe do something with Cosmo. We don't have priority. I hate to lose 4 cubes on this, but I want to see this out just in case. I think it's impossible that we win, but just in case. Scorn Bastion. That is a little weaker than I expected, but I have to imagine Collector's getting pretty big here, right? Yeah, I mean, that's already too big, I think, right? And they've still got stuff going on here, I think, so. We expect, like, yeah, MODOK's gonna make this even bigger, right? Well, do they have swarms? I mean, Meek's getting bigger, I guess, but... Dude, this is actually kind of close. Oh, yeah, there's still a Scorn. Yeah, the copied Scorn, I forgot. Yeah, this is too much. It's you know, we're close-ish. Close-ish, you know, but not quite there. 24 to, what, 17 or something? It's not bad. That's acceptable. Could have actually one left if we look, maybe. Could have had a 9. No, it would have only been an 8-power A-bomb, and 2 squirrels would have been a tie. I think we would have lost the tiebreaker because of Baxter building. Yeah, I mean, close. So that puts us at 5 and 4. Yeah, 5 and 4, I think, if I kept track right. Which means we are, this is the decider. Do we have a winning record or do we have a dead even record? Again, I'll say I think a dead even record is acceptable for this kind of deck. You know, I'm not mad about a dead even record even. Ninja's good. I serve the hand. Well, my hand is full of stuff that's gonna buff you, so it makes sense, dude. Good job. Sunspot is spooky. Mojo World, we could definitely do some surprise stuff later. That's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and tempo the Scarlet Witch. Let's just get something cool here. I don't know. Let's get a Monster Island. Limbo, I do not like. That is very bad news. Ah, crap. Just more time for Sunspot. My deck also just doesn't really like scale in a greedy way, you know? So like that's gonna be hard for me to scale into. I mean, I guess maybe if I hit like Patriot, Blue Marvel, Onslaught, and Ultron, there could be something cool, but I gotta get that Patriot, you know? Like it's just gotta happen. Even like Gwynpool, I feel like is coming in too late to be relevant. I gotta hit that Patriot. I can still, well, no, I've already missed my window for Patriot. It kind of had to be this turn because now it's gonna be Blue Marvel Onslaught, right? We did hit some pretty decent targets, I guess. Oh, I guess I do still like Patriot better though, right? It's like Patriot, Onslaught, Ultron. That makes you really, really strong, right? I mean, I think they're gonna know that I'm contesting mid though if I do that. Like, there's not gonna be any secrets here. I can dump in Misty Knight this turn. I don't really need squirrels, right? The squirrel girl's kind of pointless, so I'm better off with non-typed cards and drones. So I mean, this just seems like we're cooked though, right? Jocasta definitely ends this game, no question. If this were a 6-turn game, I would feel like we have a chance, but on a 7-turn game, there's just too much stuff. And if they find Jocasta in particular, yeah, now they're snapping. That means they found Jocasta. I mean, this deck doesn't have a way to turn off Limbo reliably, I don't think. Can I snap? Bob's gonna snap himself out here. If I could snap Bob out of Mojo World at the end, that would have been great, but there's the Jocasta found. I think we're cooked, right? There's just no way we have the numbers. They're already at, well, I will say they are kind of weaker mid, and we're kind of contesting right a little bit, but not enough. Left is for sure gone. Mid is probably gone, but you know, what are we're gaining +4 per guy. That's 24 power here. I mean, look, it's not gonna happen, but it's close. Again, we'll see it out. I'm sad I'm losing all these cubes. Everybody's snapping with supreme confidence against this deck. It's crazy, dude. I've never seen people snap so aggressively as this deck. Like, every game has been for 4. It's wild. I mean, look, we know left is 100% gone. Not even a question. It's really about right and mid. And we think Thena's gaining at least 12. So that's already 20. I'm only going to 28, right? So they don't really... Oh, and actually, she's getting another 4 from Fantastic Art. So really, they just need, like, any end of turn card to beat us right. It's almost impossible to win right. It's definitely impossible to win left. And mid is honestly also pretty cooked, I think. A lot of good stuff mid beats us, too. So, in other words, I just don't think... Oh, they only played 1 card, which means Thena is not scaling, but they are gonna... Oh, that's so good, though, because they're gonna... They're gonna delete a freaking... They're gonna delete a freaking drone to win Mojo World, dude. No, that's so good. No, dude. No, it's end of turn. They get a drone for free. They won on numbers anyways. It didn't really matter, but yeah, it's guaranteed. Thing is too good in Mojo World. I've seen Mojo World like 8 times today, by the way. It's got to be the featured location, but it's a Thursday, so it can't. All right, so we went exactly 5-5, which, you know, is against these kinds of decks, I think acceptable. Now, I will say, like, you know, a couple of our wins were pretty suspect, right? But that's every deck. Like, you know, that would have happened with any deck, and I think maybe one like Patriot scared them away, you know, so that's kind of legitimate. Now, I don't know what our cube rate was because everybody's snapping us like crazy. That's the one kind of downside with this deck, is like people have a supreme confidence against it, which maybe is warranted, but maybe not, because still, you know, we went 50-50 on it. So look, my experience did not represent the data on this one, but you know, there are different pockets of the meta. There are different, you know, times. Maybe it is actually possible to climb with this deck with some good snapping as well, you know. I wouldn't give it, you know, a big thumbs up, a big stamp of confidence, but it's also not terrible, right? It's kind of cool that this just the craziest budget deck you've ever seen in your life is actually somewhat competitive. Like the fact that it's remotely competitive is, I think, actually a triumph.